Hymn to Amunre. Adoration of Amunre, bull of Heliopolis, chiefest of all gods, the good God, the beloved, who giveth life to all that is warm, one and to every good herd. Praise to thee, Amunre, Lord of Karnak, who presideth in Thebes. Bull of his mother, the first on his field. 2. Wide of stride, first in Upper Egypt, Lord of the land of the Meto, Prince of Punt. Greatest of heaven, eldest of earth, Lord of what existeth, who abideth in all things. Unique in his nature, among the gods, goodly bull of the 9 gods. Chiefest of all gods. Lord of truth, Father of the gods, who made mankind, and created beasts. Lord of what existeth, who createth the fruit tree, who made the green herb, and sustaineth the cattle. Beauteous form which Ptah fashioned. The beauteous, beloved boy, he whom the gods praise. He who made them that are below and them that are above, one he who illumineth the 2 lands. He who traverseth the firmament in peace, King of Upper and Lower Egypt, Re, the justified. The chiefest of the 2 lands, great of strength, Lord of might. The chiefest, who made the entire earth. More eminent of nature than any god, over whose beauty the gods rejoice. He to whom praise is given in the great house, who is crowned in the house of fire. He whose sweet savour the gods love, when he cometh from Punt. Richly perfumed, when he cometh down from the land of the Metol. For fair of face, when he cometh from God's land. The gods fawn at his feet, when they know his majesty to be their Lord. The fearful, the terrible, great of will and mighty in appearance, who aboundeth in victuals and createth sustenance. Jubilation to thee who didst create the gods, raise up the sky, and spread out the ground. 2nd Canto. He who is in health hath awakened. Ammon, the Lord of eternity, who created everlastingness. Possessor of praise, who presideth in, firm of horns. Fair of face. Lord of the crown and lofty of plumes, with beauteous diadem and tall white crown. The Maant serpent and the tube-toe serpents are above his face, the double crown, the head cloth, and the blue crown. Fair of face, when he taketh the 8th crown, beloved of the upper Egyptian crown and the lower Egyptian. Lord of the double crown, when he taketh the Aim's scepter, Lord of the deed's case, who holdeth the flail. The prince, beauteously crowned with the white crown. Lord of rays, who createth light, to whom the gods offer praise. He who giveth his hands to him whom he loveth, while he assigneth his foe to the tire. It is his eye that overthroweth the enemy, it thrusteth its spear into him that drinketh up the ocean, and causeth the dragon to vomit forth what he hath swallowed. Praise to thee, Re, Lord of truth. Thou whose chapel is hidden, Lord of gods. Khepra in his bark, who gave command and the gods came into being. Atum, who created mankind, who distinguished their nature and made their life, who made the colors different, one from the other. He who heareth the prayer of the prisoner, kindly of heart when one calleth to him. He who rescueth the fearful from the oppressor, who judgeth between the miserable and the strong. Lord of perception, in whose mouth is authority. For love of him cometh the Nile, the sweet, the greatly beloved, and when he hath come men live. He causeth all eyes to open, his beneficence createth the light. The gods rejoice in his beauty, and their hearts live when they behold him. 3rd Caxto. Venerated in Karnak, who appeareth great in the house of the Benben, he of Heliopolis. Lord of the 9th day of the month, in whose honor men keep the 6th and 7th day. King, Lord of all gods, hawk in the midst of the horizon. Master of mankind, his name is hidden from his children in his name Amun. Praise to thee, fortunate, Lord of joy, mighty in his appearing. Lord of the crown, lofty of feathers, with beauteous diadem and tall white crown. The gods love to gaze at thee, when the double crown resteth on thy brow. Love of thee is diffused throughout the two lands, and thy rays shine in the eyes. It is the well-being of mankind when thou arisest, the beasts wax languid when thou shinest. Thou art beloved in the southern sky, and art pleasant in the northern sky. Thy beauty captivateth the hearts, and the love of thee maketh languid the arms. Thy fair form maketh feeble the hands, the heart forgetteth when one looketh upon thee. Thou art the sole one, who made all that is. The one and only, who made what existeth. Men issued from his two eyes, and from his mouth the gods came into being. He who made herbage for the cattle and the fruit tree for men. He who made that whereon live the fish in the river, and the birds which inhabit the firmament. He who giveth breath to him that is in the egg, and sustaineth the son of the worm. He who made that whereon the gnats live, the worms, and the flies likewise. He who made that which the mice in their holes need, and sustaineth the birds on every tree. Praise to thee, who didst make all this, sole one and only with the many hands, who passeth the night wakeful, when all men sleep, seeking the best for his cattle. Amun, who abideth in all things. Atum, Harakti. Homage to thee in all that they say. Jubilation to thee, because thou weariest thyself with us. Reverence to thee, because thou didst create us. Praise to thee, Seth. Every beast, jubilation to thee, Seth. Every wilderness, as high as is the heaven, as broad as is the earth, and as deep as is the sea. The gods make obeisance unto thy majesty, and extol the might of their Creator. They rejoice when he that begat them draweth nigh, and they say unto thee welcome, in peace. Father of the fathers of all gods, who didst raise up the sky, and lay low the ground, who madest that which is, and createdst what existeth. Zero King, chiefest of the gods. We revere thy might, because thou createdst us. We shout for joy to thee, because thou fashionedst us. We offer thee praise, because thou weariedst thyself with us. Praise to thee, who madest all that is, Lord of truth. Father of the gods, who madest men, and createdst beasts, Lord of grain, who makest the sustenance of the wild beasts of the wilderness. Amun, bull of goodly countenance, darling in Karnak, great of appearing in the house of the Benben, crowned again in Heliopolis, who didst judge between the twain. In the great hall, chief of the great Ened. Sole one and only, without peer, who presideth in Thebes, the Heliopolitone, the first of his Ened, who liveth daily on truth. Dweller in the horizon, horns of the east. The wilderness createth for him silver and gold and real lapis lazuli for love of him, myrrh and incense mixed from the land of the Mutto, and fresh myrrh for thy nose. Fair of face, when he cometh from the land of the Mutto. Amunre, Lord of Karnak, who presideth in Thebes, Heliopolitan, presiding in his harem. Fourth Canto. Thou sole King, among the gods, with multitudinous names, whereof the number is not known, who ariseth in the eastern horizon, and sitteth in the western horizon, who is bemerly every day, who daily overthroweth his enemies. Thoth uplifteth his eyes, 5 and delighteth him with his excellence. The gods rejoice over his beauty, and the Het apes extol him. Lord of the ship of evening and of the ship of morning, 7 they traverse none for thee in peace. Thy crew rejoice when they see how the foe is overthrown, and how his limbs are consumed by the knife. The fire hath devoured him, and his soul is punished yet more than his body. That dragon, an end is made of his going. The gods shout for joy and the crew of Re is content. Heliopolis exulteth, the foe of Atum is overthrown, Thebes is content, Heliopolis exulteth. The mistress of life is glad, the foe of her lord is overthrown. The gods of Babylon are in jubilation, and they of Letopolis, 3 kiss the earth, when they see him. Strong in his might, the most mighty of the gods, just one, Lord of Thebes, in this thy name of he who created right. Lord of victuals, bull of provisions, in this thy name of bull of his mother. He who made all men that are, and created all that is, in this thy name of Atum Kepera. Gr. Eat hawk, who maketh festive the body. Fair of face, who maketh festive the breast. With pleasing form and tall plumes, the 2 serpents on his brow. He to whom men's hearts come nestling, who suffereth mankind to come out to him, who gladdeneth the 2 lands with his going forth. Praise to thee, Amunre, Lord of Karnak, whose arising his city loveth.